From Heart of Illinois ABC, Kyle Beachy, Janice Rebholz, Chief Meteorologist Brian Walder, and Sports Director J.D. Rachi. This is Heart of Illinois ABC News at 5:30.
On day 3 of the trial for the woman accused of his murder, Tate Thurman was described as a kid who loved singing, dancing, and cartoons. I'm Kyle Beachy. Thanks for joining us at 5:30. Leslie Jett, the girlfriend of Tate's father, is charged with his murder. Andy Weber joins us live from the Tazewell County Courthouse with today's developments.
Kyle, today we heard from Tate Thurman's great aunt, who said that Tate and his brother stayed with her the weekend before Tate Thurman's death. She said everything seemed fine, but 2 days later, Tate was rushed to the hospital unresponsive, where he later died.
I'd like to stand on the deck when they left, and Jeremy, even if it was cold out or something, he would roll down the back windows. Both him and always said that they loved me and they believed in me.
Besides a bruise she noticed on Tate's face, Julie Runyon said her great-nephew was happy and healthy when he was with her. But 2 days later, on February 18th, he was hospitalized at OSF.
Can you take that photograph, those 2 photos from me?
In court Thursday, prosecutors showed Runyon photos of Tate covered in bruises and cuts.
Were any of these injuries that appear on his face February 18, 2020 present on February 15th?
No.
The jury also watched video from the hospital as Leslie Jett told East Peoria detectives that she didn't know how Tate had gotten so badly injured and suggested it could have come from wrestling with his brother. The brothers apparently wrestled often, something defense attorney Hugh Toner focused on.
Playing with wrestling dolls on your table, correct?
Yes.
And that's what he did.
That's what he liked.
And that was long before Leslie was involved, correct?
Yes.
But Runyon also said the brothers were well behaved with her and never wrestled to any dangerous level. An East Peoria police detective testified that Tate Thurman's autopsy was the longest he'd ever witnessed at 5 hours. Now, the coroner does say that's not unheard of. It all depends on the condition of the person being examined. Reporting live in Pekin, I'm Andy Weber, Heart of Illinois, ABC. Kyle?
Thank you, Andy. Already a food desert. Now this, a community garden on Peoria's south side is vandalized. Plants uprooted, food spoiled. Now, residents there are rebuilding and raising money to make sure it never happens again. Alex Gall joins us from there live tonight. Alex.
Kyle, residents here say that they are trying to clean up and still cleaning up the damage done to this community garden on Peoria's south side, but now they're vowing to make it better than ever before.
The person worked really hard on this. That ain't right.
16-year-old Jada Wells and her family have a plot in a new community garden near Harrison Homes on Peoria's south side. 2 nights ago, some of that hard work was destroyed.
Plants all across this garden have been vandalized, their stalks pulled up and completely uprooted from the ground.
Knowing that it got destroyed, it's stressful, basically, and you will have to build it all over again.
This garden was started earlier this year by agriculture incubator Budded Matah to help families grow their own food in the South Peoria food desert, where grocery stores are hard to come by. Ryan Foster with Budded Matah helped put the garden together. He hopes it can expand and start supplying local markets and help create a type of grocery store.
To have a grocery store with the food being grown from within and the people making their money off of the grocery store, so like a co-op where the actual community owns the grocery store.
Jada says even though the reconstruction will be hard, she is looking on the bright side and says anyone is welcome to help them rebuild.
If you want to come down, you can come down and plant some.
The more the merrier.
Right.
Budded Matah is currently raising money for a fence to encircle this entire garden to make sure that no one else can get in to vandalize it. We're live in Peoria. I'm Alex Gall, Heart of Illinois, ABC.
Thank you, Alex. Peoria police say they have identified a suspect in connection to last night's shooting in the North Valley. Police responded to the 800 block of Northeast Monroe around 7:50 last night, where they found an unresponsive man who had been shot multiple times. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Now, investigators identified the suspect as 19-year-old Antrell Miracle. If you see him, police say do not approach. He is considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information about his location, you're asked to call Peoria Police. And with 4th of July weekend around the corner, Peoria leaders are urging residents to celebrate safely and responsibly. Captain Scott Cook with the Peoria Police Department says the Heart of Illinois sees an uptick in crime during these summer months. Plus, he says 4th of July brings other risks, like a higher number of drunk drivers and a greater number of calls for illegal fireworks. Cook says holiday gatherings are already a reason to send more officers into the streets. But since Phase 5 COVID mitigations are in effect, he says that need this year is even greater.
Our call volume does increase, but what we want to ensure is that everyone can have a safe and enjoyable time for whatever the celebration is. And so that's why we increase our staffing and make an attempt to keep things peaceful.
Cook says his #1 piece of advice is that those drinking alcohol this weekend should stay home. We'll hear more from Cook tonight at 10. And it's looking like we're going to have some sunny skies out there for those holiday festivities.
Yeah, the weekend forecast looking pretty good after we finally got rid of the rain today, thanks to a cold front that moved through. Pretty active picture off to our south and off to the east, but again, for us, things are looking pretty good. There's your abundant sunshine. Live look at downtown Peoria right now, and it's tough to see any clouds out there. Maybe a couple this evening and tonight, but otherwise skies should remain mainly clear. Here's your temperatures either side of 80. A couple spots have dipped into the upper 70s, but a lot of us hang into low 80s right now. We'll continue to get some cooler, more comfortable air as we head throughout the evening into tonight, and eventually low temperatures dropping into the 50s by tomorrow morning. Holiday weekend, a lot of sunshine, but some showers and storms back later in the forecast. We'll time them out in a few minutes.
A Pekin barber is celebrating a new milestone in the business, and he's got momentum to keep it going. After more than half a century and showing no signs of slowing down, Imani McClay brings us his story.
John Barger has now spent 5 decades right here at his shop, the Colonial Barber Shop. From meeting new people daily to hearing the latest gossip, Barger says his time has been nothing short of amazing and won't be leaving anytime soon.
I've enjoyed it very, very much the whole time. The day that comes that I do not enjoy this business or I'm not able to, my body doesn't want to do it, then I will quit.
Barger says when he does retire, the business will be passed down to his grandson, Jake Gill, and both like the idea of keeping the shop as a family heirloom.
I'm very blessed to be able to carry it on and keep it running the way he's had it running for 54 years, and that's the promise that I told him I would do. I'll keep it running. I'll be a walk-in shop just like he's had it.
Barger says he demands 3 things from his 4 employees: honesty, reliability, and respect, making the decision to one day pass his shop down to Gil hardly difficult.
Jake is a good guy. He's got a very good personality. He's very qualified. He's had good training. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to be a good operator. And he's going to be he's a good operator now.
Employees of the shop say they enjoy working with Barger's lively personality.
He's a really bubbly, very loud personality, very animated. He's real fun to be around, and I really enjoy that environment that he provides for us.
Barger is eager to continue the good conversations and creating more memories until he physically can't do it anymore. Imani McClay, Heart of Illinois, ABC.
Thank you, Imani. Meanwhile, one local boy has found a new passion and mentorship while watching local road crew members at work. Darnisha Mitchell tells us about how those crew members have inspired one Peoria kid and to walk the talk when it comes to leadership.
Show him how it's done, buddy.
This is 6-year-old King Brownlee. King enjoys riding his bike throughout the neighborhood. A group of local 165 road crew members working on the driveways on Western Avenue and Marquette Street caught his eye while riding one day.
I started talking to all of them. Then they gave me a jacket. Then the next day I started working.
It's been a couple months that he's been riding up and down the job, kind of shouting out to the guys, waving at the trucks that ride by, you know, and it took notice to everybody. He started coming further and further in, and the further he came in, the more he, you know, everybody started to get those feelings for him.
King originally wanted to be a boxer. He goes boxing after school during the school year, but watching the crew members changed King's mind. Instead, he wants to work in construction.
He gets off of work, gets his clothes ready to be washed, lay them out for the next day. And this is the first time he's ever went to bed on time. Every night he sleep by 10 o'clock, every night. Because he wants to be up and at work at 7. He was the first one at work this morning.
The crew members took King under their wing. He has worked with the crew for a week now, doing small and safe tasks like picking up trash and smoothing concrete.
He has a big heart, you know, he wants to help, he wants to get in there, it don't matter what it is, he likes to help.
Ashford said he noticed King's bike was a bit run down, so he and the crew pitched in to get King a new set of wheels on Wednesday. The laborer says that mentoring young people like King helps keep kids out of trouble and on a positive track. And Grandma says the family has been going through a hard time, but she says watching King's drive and hard work with the crew has been a blessing.
King is an honor roll student at school. Very good kid. But he's so active and he needs to wear that energy off, and so I'm so happy that he has something to do to wear some of that energy off.
King's grandmother said his curiosity about faith and spirituality has inspired his next adventure, getting a bunch of local kids and heading back to church. I'm Darnisha Mitchell, Heart of Illinois, ABC.
Thank you, Darnisha. Awesome story there. Coming up next, why some crops could be a total loss this year. We'll hear from a local farmer and his reaction to the recent heavy rainfall that we've seen. Plus, find out where IEMA will be assessing storm damage here in the heart of Illinois.
And some beautiful clear skies out there. A nice change of pace from our recent weather. Let us know if the sunshine continues into the holiday weekend with a full 10-day forecast up next.